In this video tutorial, we're going to discuss some of the printable material that comes with some of the files from Dreaming Tree or 3dsvg.com. Now, if you're on a Mac or PC computer, it doesn't matter. The first thing you're going to need to do is download a copy of Adobe Acrobat Reader. Most systems come pre-equipped with this, but if you don't have it, you want to go to Google and do a search for Adobe Reader, and most of the time it's the first search result. The address is get.adobe.com/reader, or you can just click on the link after you do a search. So you'll want to download and install Adobe Reader, and once you have that installed, you can go ahead and open and access and view and print any of our printable materials. In this example, we're using a Halloween lantern that comes with two different PDF files with different illustrations that need to be printed on translucent vellum and then hand cut and then applied to the final product. In this example, we're going to be working with two PDF files that contain hand-drawn illustrations for use with a Halloween lantern. Now, as you can see, we know that we have Adobe Reader installed because the PDF icon displays for the actual icon for the PDF file. One good indicator that you don't have Adobe Reader installed is that you're not seeing the icon. Now, on a Mac computer, it is possible to open a PDF file without Adobe Reader, but you will want to make sure that you actually have Adobe Reader installed in order for it to print correctly. So let's go ahead and open one of these. Now, all of the content is already created and sized appropriately, so you don't have to worry about changing any of the sizes or anything like that. Now, if for some reason when you print this out and it's too big or too small for the actual paper project, say this vellum piece doesn't fit correctly, it might be too small or too big, chances are that your settings, your print settings within Adobe Reader are incorrect, and that's what we're going to show you now. Now, typically when you open these PDF files, you do see a percentage up here. It's at 152%, but that has nothing to do with the actual print size. That is simply a zoom size. That's just so that you can zoom in or zoom out to look at it closely or more from a distance. So this has nothing to do with the size in which it prints out at. Now, because printers all have different printer drivers and they all operate in different ways, it's pretty much impossible for me to have one video to show you all of the different possibilities when it comes to print settings. But there's one thing that all printers and print drivers have in common that will either result in a correct or incorrect print, and we're going to go over that right now. So once you have the PDF file open with your printables in front of you, you'll want to print them. So you can either click on the print file button here or go to File, Print. Now, this window that comes up is your print dialog box. And again, this is going to vary depending on the type of printer that you have and the type of printer driver it's running. For the most part, when we've done these tests, you really don't have to modify anything and it should print out at the correct size. But if for some reason it doesn't, the one thing that you do want to look at within the print settings is the page size and handling. And it may be called something different based on the type of printer that you have. But what you want to look for is basically the scaling of the actual printout. Now, in this case, mine shows up right here, and it's set to actual size. When I print it out at actual size, it works. If for some reason yours is set to something different, look for the option that allows you to set the scale size, okay? And as long as you have it set at 100%, it should print out correctly. Now, in some cases, this is set to shrink or fit, and that's not what we're looking for. We want it to print out in the same manner it was created at the same size. Now, you see what happens here. When I have it set to fit, it scales it to 102%. Okay? In this case, when I have it set to shrink oversized pages, supposedly it's at 100%. Now, I don't trust that personally. I would either prefer that you have it set to actual size or set it to custom scale 100% and then hit print. Now, another thing that I would look at is orientation. I would say that 100% of the time, everything will be in portrait mode, meaning it's longer vertically. We will not have you print things out landscape. So you don't want to have it set to landscape because it may cut it off. You want to have it set to portrait or auto, and it should automatically decipher and figure out how to print it correctly. Now, technically, anything in this dialog box should override any additional settings. But if you have the scale set to 100% and it's still not printing out properly, you may want to look at your page setup, which I just clicked on. And again, there's a scale option here as well. Just make sure that that's set to 100% and go ahead and print it out. If for some reason, after following all of these recommendations, you continue to have problems, you can feel free to contact us at 3dsvg.com/help.